Why am I here? There are coconuts. Come on, it's an island paradise. It's fantastic. Hello, my name's James. Someone's just asked me recently why am I in the Philippines, and I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of what's happened up until now. I actually live here full time. I do a little bit of work in Australia, which has now turned to online work, which is fantastic. Right, so online work, full time, it's going to be amazing. My wife owns a small homestay here. We've only got 8 rooms. It's brilliant. I can't talk it up enough. It's just lovely. Have a look at my day. Nice and relaxing. So people ask me, how did I get here? Look, so around about 10 years ago, I met my wife on Facebook in Australia. No, it wasn't. AussieHusbands.com. Basically, she lived in Australia for 30 years, and we met in Sydney, Australia, around my 40th birthday. Very soon after that, I travelled around the world, and I went on a driving trip through to Mongolia. And a part of that 33-country tour was to actually come and meet my then girlfriend, Emma, in Philippines. So we caught up in Philippines, and I loved it straight away. It's such a simple life here. I mean, basically, things are obviously a little bit cheaper, but you know, it's just a simple way of life. And 10 years ago, when I first came here, there was no Wi-Fi, barely any electricity. The water wasn't great, but there was something about the community and something about the family that really resonated with me. Let's skip forward a little bit. We traveled to Panglao, Alona Beach Bohol a couple of times over the years, once in 2013, once in 2015, and look, it's a nice place. Around about this time, I was looking for our next holiday, and I saw a house for sale very close to where we were staying. Now this house seemed a little bit too good to be true, because it was around about 35,000 Australian dollars. You know what, I kept it in my head, it was there, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Emma asked me about it, what's going on, and I explained it to her. We didn't have $35,000, I've got to be honest with you, and had purchased the house in Australia, so you know, we just didn't have cash. So what happened after that, my uncle Emil, he saw that we were thinking about something, and he'd actually been here with us as well on one of the holidays. Now he saw that we were thinking about something, and he asked us all about, you know, what's going on, and we told him about this house in the Philippines. And straight away, without hesitation, he actually said to us, I'll give you half for this house. And I said, I'll give you one chance to take that back. And he said, no, you guys really want this, you should go and buy this house. We basically looked at each other and took the deal on the spot. And we were going to, look, let's be honest, we were paying my uncle back. We organised a contract and everything to pay my uncle back and get him that cash. So then it left us with actually buying the house. So we sent her family from Palumpun in Leyte, which is a little bit further away, to come down here and look at the house. Now, let me just be honest, the feedback wasn't great. The house that we bought wasn't looking amazing, but it was good land in a good spot. We decided to buy it anyway, and we actually we didn't get a loan or anything, and we didn't get a lawyer. We just sent money by remittance to the people and bought the house. We were so lucky. There are so many stories here in the Philippines about people being ripped off, and we just got lucky. Now, we bought a house. We hadn't actually seen the house, and we decided to come over and take a bit of a look. The house was a mess. I'll show you a video of the house. It'll go side by side, and I'll actually do a nice little video showing you everything. It was a mess. It was terrible. The bathrooms looked like an abattoir. It was dirty. It was filthy. There were these tiny little crab-like insects that were freaking everywhere as well. I don't know what they were. They were hard to kill. You could hit them with a bloody bottle and they wouldn't die. So we had to get rid of these. All right. So we literally came down for a couple of weeks. We had some of them as family with us, and we scrubbed the place from top to bottom. We all lived in one room, which was the probably cleanest room. We were taking showers out of buckets. It was kind of really interesting. But still, we had that lifestyle. We had that really simple sort of lifestyle. There was no internet. We barely had phone. Alona Beach, look, Alona Beach is an amazing holiday place. But at the time, it was kind of up and coming, so there wasn't much going on. Emma and I hadn't even spoken about coming and living in the Philippines. It wasn't something we thought of. But there was a stage back in Australia when we had completed building this house, where Emma actually said to me, what are we going to do with this house? And I said, well, I know it seems a bit sort of wasteful to have this house and nobody there and only use it a couple of times a year. And Emma just turned around and said, can't we rent it out? And we kind of looked at each other and we had that light bulb moment, ding, and went, oh, let's have a look. And we signed up on Airbnb on a Sunday night in November. I remember it was around about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, with some really poor photos, just really, really basic stuff, brand new. Now, the funny thing was, the next morning, I got a text message at work, and the text message said, I'm here. And I'm like, who's here? I'm here, I'm who? And I sent him back a message saying exactly that. I'm sorry, I don't know who this is. Who's here? And he said, it's your guest. I booked last night. And we weren't even ready. We didn't have the beds made. We didn't have anything done. So Emma actually contacted Lorena, who was at the house at the time, and she set the room up. And our first guest stayed with us. It was absolutely incredible to have this gentleman just choose us out of all of the hotels in the area. Let's go back a little bit. When we bought this house and we came over to look at it, we knew that there was a lot of work that needed to be done. We almost literally cleaned the house from top to bottom. We scraped the paint back, and the only thing we didn't replace was the floors. The tiles were, they're not great, but everything else we replaced. We fixed the bathrooms up to Australian standards. We repainted, we changed all the roofing, all the ceiling. We made sure that the roof as it was watertight and working. We painted the outside of the house, we painted the inside of the house. It was a pretty big job. And while in Australia, we were sending around about 1,000 Australian dollars a month. By the way, mind you, we're still paying a house off in Australia, but we're spending about $1,000 a month sending it here to get this house built. And it took us about a year to get it sort of tidied up to a stage where it was absolutely beautiful. In February 2017, we came down, and February 11th is my birthday. So all of the family came from Leith to come to the new house to see what it was like, and actually come and stay with us and have a big party. Wonderful. And I remember this lovely Polish couple, young guys. Hey guys, you know who you are. The young guys came down and they came into the house really tired, big backpacks on their back in the evening time, and said, oh, we really want somewhere to stay. Do you have somewhere to stay? And they said to us, we've been looking everywhere. We haven't got anywhere to stay. So basically what happened was, we've said no, we're really sorry. We had like 30 people staying there, and we told them, look, you're going to have to go and look somewhere else. And they walked away. Hilarious. Anyway, they'd no longer been gone 2 minutes when my wife says to me, go and get them. So what's the matter? Oh, look, Lorena's going to fix up her room. We'll give them a room. And for the princely sum of $800 per night, they came and stayed with us. We went down the road, picked them up on the bikes and brought them over. The funny thing about these guys was that they had this whole trip planned. They were going to Sikihor, they were going to Dunagiri, they were going to all of the islands in Anda. They had friends they went to meet, and their one night turned into 11 nights. They actually stayed there longer than we did. So that was brilliant. Lovely people. And I remember one day walking down the beach, down there, not too far from here. One evening I'm walking on the beach with Emma, and she said to me, this is pretty good, isn't it? I said, well, we could make this our life, And she stopped and she looked at me and her eyes were wide. With, what do you mean? And I've gone, what do you think I mean? And she's gone, do you want to move here? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And I swear to God, that was it. We actually went to, when we went back to Australia, to Sydney, the day we landed, we called a real estate agent, put our house in Newcastle on the market, and less than 6 months later the house was sold for a good price, and we moved back in with my mum for a few months till September, and September 2017 we were living in Panglao Island. Now, I know I'm oversimplifying things, but I really like the life here. Okay, it's very simple and very relaxed. Now, we came here with around about $120,000, but we owned the land here. You know, in comparison there, my house, or our house in Newcastle, I would have been 80 or 85 by the time that house was paid for. I mean, who's going to enjoy that? Seriously. I mean, the house might have been worth a lot of money, but I'm not going to enjoy it. So basically, we have a house and a business here. We've got everything paid for, and it's making really good money for us. My mother and her boyfriend's been here. My cousin and his wife and his mother have been here a couple of times. I've had other friends that have been here. Robbie and Tish have been here. It's amazing. People have got a destination to come to and a place to stay. And being Australian, you know, we're kind of friendly. What? Oh, he's digging too. See, I've even got kids. My son's on the right, Jarick, and my nephew's on the left. They're playing on the beach. Great. This is the life. I mean, as we said, we came here with about $120,000, and every time we need a little bit of money, basically I might go and do some work. I've been back to Australia and Sydney to do some work. I've also been over to China recently to do some work, and that props us up because the business that we actually have here is enough for us to live. One of the things that I always was looking for was, what's enough? $1 million. Is that enough? What do you do when you get $1 million? Don't know. So we're never going to make $1 million out of this business. But it really is enough. A lot of Emma's family lives with us. There's 10 of us that live at the house, and a new little baby, Unka, that live at the house before even our guests get there. And I'll show you around the house, and I'll introduce you to everybody at the house, and you'll get to know us a little bit better. And people ask me, why are you here? I mean, if I was in Australia, I'd be working 40 hours a week. I lived a few kilometres from the beach in Newcastle. I lived a few kilometres from the beach in Surfers Paradise. I lived a few kilometres from the beach in Sydney, and I barely went there. I barely had time. Now I live 400 metres from the beach, and I'm down here most days. I think for lifestyle, for someone who's 49 years old, myself, I look at myself tongue-in-cheek as being semi-retired at 49. I don't have $1 million in the bank. I've got a sustainable business and something that's going to keep me going until, well, whenever really. It's here. And the Alona Beach area, it's not going anywhere. So this business is going to be a little gold mine in the next few years. It's going to allow us to purchase other land. It's going to allow us to maybe build elsewhere as well. And maybe unkshouse, homestay, becomes Unk's Farm, or Unk's Villas, or Unk's something else, and maybe we'll have something a little bit further down the track. But to be honest with you, Unk's House Homestay at this stage, it's enough. I really enjoy it. I enjoy everything here. Come and say hello. So this is my nephew Zion. Say hello, Zion. Wow. Now, here's the thing. I have a nephew and a niece over in Australia, and I miss them heaps, but I can't wait till they get here. They're gonna love it. So I've got this little man. Whoa, it's a toilet seat. See, this is a Filipino toilet seat. It's not. Right? This is my son Jarick. What a handsome little boy. Say hello.
Hello. Have you seen me before? I was dancing with you.
Yeah, you would have seen him in a video just recently, both of them, pretty much at the same spot. So we hang out, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
right.
even it's coronavirus, no one comes after us.
That's right. We're doing okay on the beach. This is actually remarkable. We came down a couple of days ago in the video you might have seen recently. Here, where this little boat is, just here. So this corner, where we are just here, right? That's where we always hang out. The other day, there was maybe 6 people in this area from here down to the beach a bit further. And within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, there was like 20 people right here. Go figure. This is my little friend dog. Hello, little dog. There's just a stray dog down on the beach. This is him. Hello, little. Look, dogs are beautiful down here. Most of them are very friendly. One of the things I've noticed is the people in the Philippines, they don't really treat dogs like pets like we do in Australia, and I've seen around the world. The dogs are here and the dogs have a job to do, and that's make noise when people they don't know are around. It's kind of like a security alarm or an early warning system, but they don't really look after them. If you come down to Alona Beach, one of the things, if the dogs seem friendly and they come sniffing around you, give them a little pat. They absolutely love it. They're so friendly, look. So I've been talking way too long. I'm going to go in there and jump in the water. A little bit later I'll add some more video for you. Okay, so see you later.